thing, waiting on Hurricane Ian to come in. We figured my guys would be over here. I did catch AJ. This is their media area. Spent all kinds of money for these guys to have fancy computers with multiple screens and doing some YouTube and some social media stuff. We'll take you into the showroom because it's pouring down outside, so I figure we'll give you a little tour of behind the scenes today. So we built this showroom. It was partially for Davis Water Sports. We were going to do boat displays in here, but in the process ended up purchasing the marina, so that took care of that problem. So now it's become a showroom that's sometimes stacked with sports cars, sometimes exotics, sometimes gosh knows what. But right now we got a pretty good selection of things. It's perfect for a day like today because we can kind of explore a few things that we have in stock and give you a little more details about them. Starting off with this super old Ford here. This actually was part of the collection of Philip Morris. Philip Morris, obviously the cigarette company, but they started back in the very, very, very early days, and this was some sort of a vehicle that they had owned, or don't really know all the history, but it went to a lot of their facilities. It was on display at all their open houses. We were fortunate enough to purchase it. My mom actually worked for that company before retiring for many years, so kind of iconic piece of history, but at the same time, you know, somebody could put it in a museum. All the wood finish is great. We've not taken the time to get it running, but it was a running, operating vehicle at one time. Of course, a couple ATVs in stock, some new, some used. We've still got a good selection of those. This car really shocks me. We've had it in stock for a minute, but this is an 07 Cobra GT500, and this car was bought in 07, driven home by the customer, which is local, right around the corner from us. He drove it the weekend he purchased it and never drove it again. We even took the time to leave the original inspection on the windshield, documenting he bought it in May or April of 07, and that's the original inspection. Never got inspected again, never got driven again. 450-ish miles. We put a few miles on it ourselves. So tires still got the full tread, little nipples on them. And, car was in a legit garage slash barn its whole life. So pretty neat car. Very unusual use here too, a Convertible Z06. A lot of hype about the new Z06 coming out. This is a Convertible Z06 car. We've only had regular Z06s. I know they made convertibles. We've never owned one. This one came along, also locally owned. We're very impressed. And it's a low mileage car also. A couple classic Mustangs. This 5.0 is a red car with a white convertible top. And until you open the hood, you would think it's completely OE. That's where all the originalness stops. A ton of BBK stuff on this car, headers, heads, all the roller motor stuff has been done, air intake, throttle body, fan system, SVE, and a lot of SVT components. So pretty cool car, very classic when the top's up, red and white. This car came in on trade. Never been in the rain. Wide body kit, $392. That car's got Brembo brakes and all the stuff they add to those, but customer had it fully put up on a lift, tires and wheels removed, ceramic coated top and bottom. He was just a meticulous freak about it, but he wanted to get a dump truck that we had, so sports car had to go. So super low mileage, absolutely flawless. Tucked under the cover over there is a old school, original generation Corvette. Really, really nice car. We getting ready to put that up on the website today. You can check that out. Everybody always asks, they see the four-wheelers in the background and comment. So, actually that one over there, that was actually my first four-wheeler. Passed it down to my brother. passed it down to my youngest brother, and then it sat in the shed for like 10 years, forgotten about. We drug it out, and it was actually, prior to me, it was my father's. He didn't buy it new, he took it in on trade on something, and never got rid of it. So we're getting that restored, and then I bought another one for a parts bike. But who knew the ATV scene would become so crazy? These aren't as popular as the 250Rs, but you know, I wouldn't take $1 million for them for the history behind them. All of us have owned them, rode them. A couple of my dad's classics up there, his original 62 truck that he's had since the late 70s, early 80s, and then his 55. Manual shift, tri-5 car. If you follow us, you may have seen our barn find. This was actually on a piece of property near our farm, and we were recovering some hunting dogs one day, and my cousin stumbled across this. And if you go back, you can look, a lot of videos and photos on our social media of us physically pulling this out of the weeds and brought it home as a project. But just like everything we do, it didn't turn into a long project. The same day we had it running, and then several weeks later we had it driving, and a lot of it was restored. Pretty cool little family project. My uncles, brothers, everybody was involved, as well as my father prior to his passing. So it was a really, really neat piece, and we'll get back to it one day and do something else with it. Moving on over here. This 93 Cobra clone, maybe it sold last night offline. Computer issues due to the storm to come back up, but a customer just called me a few minutes before this video to tell me that he had purchased it, so we shall see. We might get people excited if it is still available. This car, nut and bolt, disassembled paint job, nasty, nasty motor, turbo of course. The sound of this car you can't even describe, just incredible. We've had customers come by, just want to listen to it run. It's pretty phenomenal. But the cleanliness and the nut and bolt type paint job, the brake system, everything that's done to this car is just phenomenal. So hopefully he did purchase it because he got an amazing car, that's for sure. We don't have an Orion buggy over here, but this is the next closest thing. This is titled as a 2016, so that's when it's probably put on the road. But all old school Volkswagen drivetrain with the fiberglass buggy body. There's more that can be done to this, but it's a running, driving, operating, cool little beach toy or cruise around weekend ride. A lot of chrome stainless and the quad pipes and all the stuff that you expect to see of the old school VW. Classic Ford pickup here that we actually sold to a collector several years ago. And he actually asked us to put it back on consignment because he legitimately ran out of room in his museum of cars and trucks. He's a black and gray paint guy. He literally bought it for that reason. I think the day after he bought this, he came and bought a gray and black 60s model Corvette from us also. So, great customer, happy to have customers like that, and we gladly put it in on consignment. It's nicer now than it was when we sold it to him. Charger bass boats, our dealer for these boats, brand new. Got them late in the season, so didn't get a chance to promote them a whole lot, but these stack up next to all the big name boats. Come with Mercury power. Extremely, extremely nice metallic paint, old school looking bass boat style. It can be ordered with regular monotone paint or whatever somebody asks for. Comfortable seating, we've had these in the water. They're extremely stable at speed, and they're very stable to fish off of. All the rigging and all is down right now, but it comes with all the apparatuses. It comes with a breakaway trailer to fit in some people's garages, and they're well thought after, nice trailers, alloy wheels. Really nice classic Austin Healey. This car has a ton of provenance, or however you want to say it. Books, documents, paperwork. Was restored by a very knowledgeable guy for these cars. It was a local car. Compared to everything out there that we have seen online, you really won't find another one for this price point that's as complete and well optioned and well documented as this car. So people don't know us for Austin Healey for sale, but you know, somebody looking for one, this is the one price wise for sure. And then, as of yesterday, probably one of the coolest things we've had in the showroom in a while. The 66 Chevy is very similar to my dad's 62. It was actually built by my cousin and my uncle. Around this area, it's a pretty well-known truck because obviously it stands out. They've had it in every car show, Super Chevy. It's been around about every cruise-in, you name it, mud dog, whatever. It's been there. Been to the shows, and it's a really neat truck. It was built 10 or 15 years ago, so it's got a couple little spots on the paint, things that are not perfect, but sitting on a cool set of weld racing wheels, loggers, 40-inch loggers, 3/4 ton 8-lug suspension, all spring in the back. Just a neat truck, and it's a driver with a big block 10-to-1. Runs on pump gas. Put some racing gas in it to smell good. Somebody's gonna catch a good deal on that truck. It just listed yesterday, $39,900. Couldn't even think about doing a project like that. And hard enough to find a good body to start with. And you know, he used multiple trucks to make it happen. Somebody have a great driver, that's for sure. But that's a little tour today. We didn't hit on the golf cart, we kind of missed that. Lifted up golf cart with a big motor. Big electric motor, with the electric part. Stereo, windshield, powder coated this and that, LED lights. Real complete, really well done. Nice suspension. Good for around the house, kids, yard, farm, whatever you want to use it for. We've got a couple more of these in stock too, not lifted. We can do a custom build, we just don't do it very often anymore. The side-by-sides kind of took over, but speaking of side-by-sides, across the street in the warehouse, we do have a basically brand new Razor 1000 right now, a Ranger with heat and AC, North Star Edition. A couple of the Orions are built and ready. A few things like that. You check the website, you'll see them. We'll try to get a video over there today. But hopefully this weather doesn't pound us like it did in Florida. As you see outside, it's lightened up a little bit, but still a heavy drizzle. But good luck to all those in Florida weathering it out. If we can help you at Davis Auto Sales, check the website, give us a call. Anything that you guys want to see more of, just reach out to us. Normally we don't have a rainy day with any extra time for me anyway, but my guys can catch you a video or they can do some test drives on video. Whatever you request, we'll try to accommodate you. Try to do everything we can for customers, especially sight unseen purchasers. You're not here, we understand that. We want you to see the vehicle. If we need to get it in here, if we need to pull it in the sun, you know, sometimes we can't get to it that day. We get customers that are upset. We try to do all we can. We're a small family business with 340 some vehicles last time I checked inventory. 280 of them I think are active on the website. Others are detailed or getting serviced, getting modifications done at the off-road shop. You know, it's hard to say what we got going on, but we try to keep it all moving pretty good for you guys. So if you need something, reach out. One of my guys will definitely accommodate you, or myself. Pictures, videos, FaceTimes, whatever you want, we'll do. We do still have a good selection of tow trucks and rollbacks in stock, but that's running thin. End of the year is coming. Don't forget that for tax purposes. If you do need a tax write-off and your business has been good, like most of the businesses we hear are way up this year, that's a legitimate expense for your business. So we're going to run out. You know, end of the year we always do, but it's going to be worse this year than ever with the limited supply. So check us out for any of your needs, and just give us a ring or give us an email.